Hey everyone, and welcome back to our series on mastering your ECDIS. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most critical aspects of using your system effectively, adjusting the settings. Getting your settings right isn't just about making the screen look good. It's fundamental to your visibility, situational awareness, and how you interpret potential hazards. A poorly configured ECDIS can be more dangerous than no ECDIS at all. So, let's get this right. First up, let's talk about the chart display settings. Think of this as the foundation of your digital navigation. The most basic setting is the display mode. Your ECDIS will have options like day, dusk, and night. This isn't just for comfort, it's for safety. Using the day mode at night can ruin your night vision, while using the night mode during the day can make crucial details almost invisible. The best practice is simple. Match the mode to the ambient light on your bridge. It's a small adjustment that makes a huge difference. Next, we have the display category. Your ECDIS typically offers at least 3 levels: base, standard, and all. The base display is the absolute minimum information required by SOLAs, things like the coastline and major dangers. You almost never use this, except maybe in an emergency or to declutter a screen very briefly. The standard display is your default for most navigation. It adds buoys, beacons, and other key navigational aids. The all or full display shows every single piece of information available on the Electronic Navigational Chart, or ENC. This can be overwhelming and is usually reserved for detailed passage planning or when examining a complex area in close detail, not for general navigation. A cluttered screen can lead to information overload and cause you to miss the most critical threats. So, the rule of thumb is to stick with the standard display for most of your voyage and switch to all only when you need that extra layer of detail for a specific task. Now, let's discuss chart scale. You always want to be navigating on the largest safe scale ENC available for your area. This means using the most detailed chart that covers your location. Your ECDIS will often warn you if you're over-zooming or under-zooming. Over-zooming means you're magnifying a small-scale chart beyond its intended resolution. This can give you a false sense of accuracy, as the data isn't designed to be viewed at that level. It's like blowing up a low-resolution photo. It just gets pixelated and blurry. Under-zooming is when you're viewing a large-scale chart from too far out, which can hide important details that are only visible when you zoom in. Pay attention to those scale warnings and always select the appropriate chart for your immediate navigational needs. Another key component of your display is the vector chart symbols. All symbols displayed on your ECDIS should comply with the S52 Presentation Library Standard. This is the international standard that dictates how chart features are supposed to look. It ensures that a wreck, a buoy, or a rocky area looks the same on any type-approved ECDIS, regardless of the manufacturer. This consistency is vital for safety and prevents misinterpretation. Your system should be using the latest version of the presentation library to ensure you're re-seeing everything correctly. Finally, within the display settings, we have information layers. You have control over what optional layers are visible. As a mariner, there are certain layers you must have enabled. These include aids to navigation, or ATNs, wrecks, details about the seabed, submerged pipelines and cables, traffic separation schemes, and any particularly sensitive sea areas. Hiding these layers to declutter the screen is a dangerous practice. You need this information to maintain full situational awareness. Now, let us move on to one of the most crucial sets of parameters on your ECDIS: the depth, safety contour, and safety settings. These settings are your primary defense against grounding. Setting them correctly is not optional, it's a fundamental part of your job. Let's break down the key parameters. First is the shallow contour. This setting allows you to define a depth that you consider to be a clear danger zone. A common practice is to set this to be equal to or slightly less than your vessel's draft. This will visually distinguish the areas where you simply cannot go. Next, and most importantly, is the safety depth. The safety depth is a critical value that you calculate. It is used by the ECDIS to highlight individual soundings on the chart that are shallower than this value, making them stand out. The formula is straightforward. Safety depth equals your ship's maximum draft plus your required under keel clearance, or UKC, plus an allowance for squat at your planned speed. Let's run through a quick example. Say your draft is 12 meters. Your company's UKC policy requires 2 meters, and you've calculated your maximum squat to be 1.5 meters. Your safety depth would be 12 plus 2 plus 1.5, which equals 15.5 meters. Once you enter 15.5 meters as your safety depth, the ECDIS will automatically highlight every single charted depth of 15.5 meters or less, making them immediately obvious. This brings us to the safety contour. This is perhaps the most important safety feature on the ECDIS. After you've entered your safety depth, the ECDIS automatically selects the next deeper depth contour available on that specific ink and uses it as the safety contour. This contour acts as a bold, visual line separating navigable water from non-navigable water. For instance, if your safety depth is 15.5 meters and the ENC has contours for 10, 15, and 20 meters, the ECDIS will select the 20-meter contour as your safety contour. The system is designed to generate an alarm if your planned route crosses this line or if your ship is predicted to cross it. This is your primary anti-grounding alarm. It's a clear, unambiguous line that you must not cross. Lastly, some systems have a deep contour setting. This is optional but can be useful for route planning, especially for deep draft vessels to help identify deep water routes or to mark the edge of a channel. Properly setting these depth parameters transforms your ECDIS from a simple map into an active, intelligent anti-grounding tool. It's a task that must be done diligently at the start of every voyage and checked regularly, especially if your draft changes. Now that we've set our visual guides, let's talk about the alarms and warnings. An ECDIS is equipped with a whole suite of alarms designed to alert you to impending danger. These are not annoyances to be silenced. They are your digital co-pilot, constantly watching out for you. The most critical alarm, as we just discussed, is the alarm for crossing the safety contour. Other essential alarms include warnings for approaching a user-defined no-go area, deviating from your planned route beyond a set limit, and the loss of your primary positioning signal from GPS or another GNSS. There are also alarms for using a chart at an inappropriate scale and for a potential collision risk with an eyes target, based on your CPA and TCPA settings. Here's the golden rule. Watchkeepers must never disable or ignore these safety alarms. The only exception is if there are specific master's standing orders that permit it under very specific, controlled circumstances. Muting alarms because they seem noisy is a recipe for disaster. Each alarm signifies a potential threat that requires your immediate attention, assessment, and action. Treat them with the respect they deserve. Finally, let's touch upon the settings related to route planning. When you create a voyage plan in your ECDIS, you're not just drawing lines on a map. You're re-inputting a series of parameters that the system will use to check the safety of your intended track. Your route planning must account for your company's UKC policy, including any adjustments for tides at different points along the route. You have to factor in how squat and trim will change with speed and water depth. You must also ensure your route respects all traffic separation schemes, pilot boarding grounds, and any environmental restrictions from MARPL, such as special areas where discharges are prohibited. Another vital factor is the accuracy of the underlying chart data itself. ENCs have what's called a zone of confidence, or ZOC category, which tells you how accurate the surveyed data is in a particular area. A route that looks safe in an area with a low ZOC category might be much riskier than it appears. Your passage plan must take this data quality into account, applying larger safety margins in areas of lower confidence. To wrap it all up, correctly configuring your ECDIS settings is a core competency for any modern navigator. From the basic display mode to the complex calculations for your safety depth and the diligent monitoring of alarms, every adjustment plays a vital role in ensuring a safe passage. Take the time to understand these settings on your specific system, apply them diligently, and never become complacent. Your ECDIS is a powerful tool, but it's only as good as the mariner using it. Thanks for watching today. If you found this guide helpful, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into maritime technology and best practices. Stay safe out there, and see you next time.